SCP-2501 is called the Claw. It kind of looks like a bionic arm in the picture on the thumbnail for the Volgan's video today. We're gonna react to it and see what it's all about. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the Volgan. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos, and let's get into this one.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Dr. Miller.
My name is Dr.
Look
Miller.
at this thing, yo.
And the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2501. Object Class: Safe.
Safe.
Special Containment Procedures.
Alright.
SCP-2501 is to be kept in Storage Vault 3H at Research Site 45. Only personnel with special exemption keycards will be allowed to access SCP-2501.
Alright.
However, the use and/or misuse of SCP-2501 is strictly prohibited.
You can probably do some crazy
punishable
stuff, huh?
Up to termination.
Sure.
All previous documentation regarding SCP-2501
not termination of employment
is to be
either.
kept on high-security Foundation servers.
Alright.
Because of the destructive potential of SCP-2501, special exemption keycards will only be granted under special authorization from the O5 Council.
This looks like an object that would have been created in the factory or
Description.
something, you know?
SCP-2501 is a mechanical gauntlet designed to be adapted to a human hand and forearm.
Okay.
SCP-2501 is made of an unknown lightweight material and is powered through unknown means. SCP-2501 shows no markings or numbers to give any indication of an origin or manufacturer.
Okay.
SCP-2501 appears to be in need of maintenance, although knowledge of repairing certain defective mechanisms is currently beyond Foundation researchers.
So it's
a key operated
Anderson
safety
Robotics
switch is installed on the underside of SCP-2501, although it appears to be defective due to the key being dislocated inside the lock cylinder, thereby keeping it affixed in the position labeled with the word "on" in Russian.
Okay.
There is also a slightly corroded rotary control knob located on the left side of the wrist. This knob is located to the furthest clockwise position and will not turn counterclockwise. The setting labels are too worn to be decipherable, but are hypothesized
and you can't turn
to
it
be
off.
numbers in increasing range.
Okay.
SCP-2501's anomalous properties manifest when a user inserts his or her arm into the socket and engages the claw-like mechanism at the opposite end. When held in front of the user's face, SCP-2501 is able to exert an extreme amount of pressure on an object within the perspective of the user in relation to the claw-like mechanism.
Sure.
No upper limit on the amount of pressure SCP-2501 can exert has yet been observed.
Wow.
SCP-2501 is not able to perform more dexterous functions beyond rapidly opening and closing.
Okay.
Distance from the user to an object does not affect the end result, neither does density or size of the object.
Okay.
The object, during this process, always behaves as if two invisible forces are exerting against it at opposite ends, to the point of structural failure. Using SCP-2501 on media such as fluids or gases has no effect.
Sure.
The following information requires a Level 2 access.
It has to be solid.
Experimental Test Logs 2501-11. Subject: Research Technician using SCP-2501 on designated items. Procedure: SCP-2501 used normally as its designed function.
Okay.
Results:
Steel soup can.
Test 1.
Crunch.
Item: steel soup can, full. 1 meter distance. Result: destroyed via compression.
Oh wait.
Comments: can crushed to a
Far
thickness
away
of
from
0.08 millimeters. Soup had to be cleaned off of lab equipment. It was recommended that future testing be conducted outside.
Yeah.
Test 2. Item: solid steel cylinder. Diameter 8 centimeters.
Solid steel.
20 meter distance. Result: flattened. Comments:
so it can do it from far away?
Compressed into a disc measuring 1.6 meters in diameter and a thickness of 2 millimeters.
Oh my gosh.
Test 3. A 1962 Buick LeSabre decommissioned from light vehicle pool. Distance: 100 meters. Result: destroyed via compression. Comments: car crushed lengthwise to a thickness of 19 centimeters.
Wow.
Test 4. M3 Stuart Light Tank. Decommissioned from Mobile Task Force Arsenal. Distance: 200 meters. Result: destroyed via compression.
Yeah.
Comments. Tank crushed to a thickness of 84 centimeters. Upon further analysis, the steel armor has seemingly fused together due to the extreme heat generated during the process.
Right.
Test 5.
This is crazy, man.
Concrete block, 1 meter cubed.
Disintegrated.
Distance, 100 meters.
I mean, concrete's just powder, right?
Disintegrated.
It's just powder and bonding.
Block exploded violently into fragments. Nothing was found larger than 3 centimeters. Minor injuries sustained by staff. Recommended increasing minimum safe distances.
Dang!
Test 6. Concrete block, 1 meter cubed. Distance,
1 meter.
4 kilometers. Result, failed. Comments. Test conducted at night. Block was brightly illuminated in order to aid in testing. User missed target and crushed light fixture instead. Recommended using binoculars and mount stability assist in subsequent range tests. Test 7. Item, high altitude weather balloon. Distance, 32 kilometers. Result, destroyed via compression. Comments. Test conducted at night. Large halogen light fixture with sufficient battery life was affixed onto the balloon. Test was successful, however, debris was never found by recovery teams. Extreme range capabilities confirmed.
That's pretty far, man.
Test 8.
Asteroid?
1566.
What?
2.9 times 10 to the power of 12 kilograms. Distance, perihelion, 0.18 astronomical units. Aphelion, 1.96 astronomical units.
How far away is that?
Result, not applicable. Comments, cancelled.
What?
Summary. SCP-2501's anomalous properties confirmed. Testing has been suspended indefinitely under O5 command. SCP-2501 is to be placed back in storage.
They found something at the asteroid thing.
Object class designated as safe for the time being.
Right.
Additional containment protocols may need to be enacted.
This is so weird, man.
SCP-2501 was remitted to a Foundation Logistics Center in an ornate shipping case by an anonymous benefactor.
Okay.
Benefactor is confirmed to have close affiliations to Marshall Carter and Dark Limited, as supported by the item description tag attached to SCP-2501.
Marshall Carter and Dark. We've heard about that
detailing the
association before a
parcel.
few times. They got fun toys.
Document 2501-01. Status: previously sold and in reserve. Currently liquidate. Demand: previously high. Value was apparently $500,000 or 303,000 Great British pounds.
That's pretty cheap, man.
Availability estimated worldwide 1. Identifier was exclusive item number 21 and in brackets slightly worn condition. Description from Marshall Carter and Dark reads: item is a mechanical gauntlet made specifically to crush objects simply using line of sight.
Crazy.
A curious physics bender putting power at your fingertips. Literally.
Curious.
Safety key included with unit. Sold as is.
Safety key. Yeah.
3. Access required.
Marshall Carter and
Archival
Dark
document 2501-02. To whom it may concern. I represent a professional community of auctioneers, collectors, and dealers with whom I am certain you are familiar. I am approaching your organization with an item of mutual interest. Details are also included inside the case. Rest assured, this is the right place for it.
Okay.
Understandably, you may have many questions.
Yeah.
I am not able to divulge details as it would stand as a conflict of interest towards my colleagues and clients. Still, our motives for this remittance is rather pertinent. Simply put, we are strictly dealers of art and curios, and very rarely there are items that we come across that are not inherently or obviously threatening to that integral distinction.
Right.
Such is the nature of this item, as valuable as it may be. We at Marshall Carter and Dark Limited feel that it is in our mutual benefit, meaning us as well as the SCP Foundation, that this remain in your safekeeping. We usually retain a level of impartiality for what our clients do or do not do after the closing of a sale.
However,
in light of a few isolated incidents regarding our client's intentions with this particular device and their affiliations by and large, it is safe to assume that selling said item would be a poor business decision on our part.
This would give somebody a lot of destructive power,
a problem, as an extreme demand for the item rather interrupts the objectives and stable business of Marshall Carter and Dark Limited. Nobody enjoys being a teller at a bank that is under threat of robbery every waking moment.
Right.
In short, keeping the item in the inventory is more trouble than it's worth. Exceedingly so. So, for the sake of famous landmarks, monuments, certain nations, our continued enterprise, and quite possibly the sun,
or the moon,
we hand this over to persons more experienced and adept at locking things away from the world.
That just put things in perspective, huh?
Free of charge from us to you. P.S. Included is a box of La Maison du Chocolat and a certificate of store credit in the amount of Great British pounds as a further extension.
What? So they could go buy something from Marshall Carter and Dark.
Lady Emily Alcott Carter, June 8th, 1968.
Dang.
Items included with the package outside of SCP-2501 itself were recorded and or destroyed.
This
no
thing is
formal
crazy,
response from the Foundation has been sent regarding this action.
The moon or the sun? That's bananas to think about, man.
I think that about does it for today. Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed.
Thank you, Dr. Miller.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yo, this thing can crush anything in line of sight. So they did not want to include the information from what happened with the asteroid, because if it's that powerful and they knew that it can mess up the moon or the sun, think about the sun is, we all know what happens if the sun goes away, but even the moon has a balance where it comes to gravity and there's it would probably throw a lot of things into havoc, man, if the moon would just go away, especially the pieces that would fly off of it, like concrete. I mean, if it was a small block of concrete and the item was crushed and people in the vicinity got hurt, you know, injuries, just imagine what would happen if they crushed the moon. The sun, we all know how bad that would be. This is crazy, man. The Vulcan, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.